Hello, my dear apprentices of mathematics. This is your coach, Mr. Magno. Welcome to my channel, my math channel. Today we're going to continue with constructing perpendicular line segments, and we're going to look at the relationship of the coordinate pairs. Okay, we're going to start by looking at the points. We already have a table, and we have a plane, a coordinate plane. We have 2 points in there. A is already marked with the coordinate pairs, which are 3 for x and 1 for y. And let's find out what b is. So b is going to be, we're going to run to b, and that will be 8. If you count, this scale is every unit is represented by 1. So that's 8 for x. And we're going to jump to y, which is y would be this intersection right here where they meet. So that will be 1, 2, 3. So that will be 3. X is 3. Okay. Now let's this is going to this is very similar to what you're doing for homework today for practice. This is, we're going to make the line. And now we're going to, I don't know if you can picture a triangle right below that line. If you can picture the triangle, that triangle goes from here, and I'm going to do this with different color, to here. So that creates a triangle, and the point for this triangle right here on the, if you can see, this is a 90-degree angle. This is 90 degrees. Okay. Now we have two other angles, and if you pay attention to these angles, this angle is an acute angle, which means it's less than 90, and this is less than 90. So we're going to call these angles, we're going to give them let's give them a letter. For example, let's say this is going to be, well, let's just call them angles, and these are acute angles. So this is, let's call this acute angle 1 and acute angle 2. Now, here's something that you need to understand. This is mathematics. This is so exact and it's so beautiful. When you add up angle 1 and angle 2, so if you get, this is the symbol for angle 1 plus angle 2, the total is going to be 90 degrees. Okay? Now, you got to remember that a triangle, the total angles of the triangles, when you add them up, equals 190. So this is a triangle's total. In a triangle, all of the angles of a triangle equal 180. So when you add up these two, they give you 90 degrees. And think about that. When you add those, when you add up the angle 1 and angle 2, they equal 90. So they both equal 90 degrees, just like the right angle. And that's how you can explain this, because if you write the total of this, which will be 90 degrees, right? So that's going to be, let's see, you can do, I'm going to show you here, just 90 plus the right angle 90 degrees, that equals 180. Isn't that incredible? Mathematics is beautiful. Okay, now, we have to create a perpendicular line from the points that you have, and that's going to be, the point C is going to help us do that. Okay, so now this is the challenging part. You have to imagine that this triangle is going to be drawn on this side. If you pay attention to this side, this is 2. This is the base of it. And the height is from here to here, it's 2. If we do that over here, if we put the base right here of that triangle, and let me use color so you can see it. So let's say this is the base. So I'm going to draw that one right here. I'm going to do the triangle right here. Okay. And so if that's the case, we can the height, this part, let me use a different color so you can see it. Now this part is going, this one right here is 5 units. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units. So I'm going to do the same thing right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units. I'm not counting the scale on it. I'm basing this on this triangle. Now, did you see where that ended? That's the point that we're looking for. When we connect the dot right here, when we connect this dot to the 8 point, to this point, this is going to be point C. Now, how do we know? Well, if you look at it, is now a perpendicular line. The line A, the segment AC is perpendicular to AB, and that creates a 90-degree angle right here inside. So now, did you see how this little triangle help us create the perpendicular line? Now remember, if you get on a bind, always use your index card. If you already have a line, just place the index card right on top of the line that was given to you, and then draw this line right here, whoop, and that will give you the point. Now let's find the coordinates for that point. The coordinates for that point is going to be 1 for x, and then we jump to find y, and y is 1 more than 5. So let's write, so x is 1, and y is 6. So did you see, using all of the information that we know of mathematics, this is why mathematics is beautiful, because it's exact and it helps you find so many there are so many skills that help you learn more and be more efficient and more accurate. Okay, let's practice that one more time. We're going to do that with these points right here. So this is exactly how you're going to have it on your work at home. So if you can see this, we have again 2 points. We have point D and E. So let's find the coordinates for them. So the coordinates for D are going to be, we're going to run to 2 and jump to Y. Y is going to be 3. So that's going to be X is 2 and Y is 3. The second point is E. That's going to be X. The first coordinate pair is going to be 5, because 5 is between 4 and 5. So that's going to be X for E. And we're going to jump to find Y, and Y is 2. Okay, so now we have the coordinate pairs. Now, what did we do with the other one? Well, we're going to now connect the segment. We created a segment right here. And let me draw the line. So we created a segment here, and now when you look at this segment, now you can see that there is also a triangle here with this shape. Okay, and the triangle, if you pay attention, is on the opposite direction that the other one was. I'm going to draw that one in gray. If you look at this, there is a triangle from here, this is a color gray, and to here. The height is 1, and this is the length is 1, 2, 3. So we have those measurements. We need to now find a, what do we call that, a perpendicular line. Now to do that, just like we did on the other one, I mean, for you to make it easier, you can just do this. Place this right here. Place your index card or anything that is like exactly a 90-degree angle, and you will create the line right here. Okay, you will create the line. Now, how long is the line going to be? Well, it's going to be the length of this. It's going to be 1, 2, 3. So that should be 3. Okay, and once you have the point done, then you'll be able to what is the word, find that, I mean, you will find the perpendicular line. So now, if this is 1, then we can show this one right here, which is 1. Look, this is, let me use a different color. So if this is 1, so we're going to make this triangle stand up over here. So this is 1. And the length is, what the length is now is 3. We're going to make it go up 3 right here. 1, 2, 3. And that's our new point. If you pay attention here, That's the same triangle that we created, and I'm going to draw it now with my straight edge or my my tool. And there it is. Now that's a perpendicular line now. Did you see now? Can you picture now this little triangle? All we did was flip it over and stand it over here, and that helps you find the perpendicular line. And now we have to give the points for F. We're gonna call this point F, this plot. So we're gonna, let's see, we run to 6, which is the X. 6 is X. I'm gonna jump to, let's see, 5. So 5 is between 4 and 6. So that's going to be 5. Okay. So now we found the points. We plotted that point that helps us find the perpendicular line. Let's do this one more time. Let's do this one more time so you can see it better. And remember, your brain learns by repeating and listening to things over and over. Okay, first of all, let's find the coordinate pairs. So for G is going to be you run. Let me move my camera so you have a better view of this. You run 2, 3. Now remember, every 2 squares, so there are 2 units for 1. There are 2 units for 2. So remember that, keep that in mind, because between 0 and 1, there has to be a half. Okay, so now moving along to finding the coordinates for G. So G is going to be X is 3. And we're going to jump to find Y, which will be 2 and 1/2. Oh, sorry, I drew this one. 2 and 1/2. So we found the coordinates for A, G. Let's find the coordinates for H. We're going to run to X, that's 2, comma. We're going to jump to Y. Y is not 1. Remember, that's half. So we're going to write half as what do you call that? The X coordinate. Okay, now our next step is we have to show the line so it will help us find that the triangle that we see in our mind's eye is going to help us find the coordinate pair. Okay, now let me use my gray marker to show you the triangle. If you can see the triangle, the base of this triangle is what? 2 right here. And the base of this triangle the height is 1, 2, 3, 4. So that is 4. We're not going to label that, but what I want you to remember this is a right angle, and this is a 90-degree angle, and we have acute angles that when you add this up, these two angles equals 90 degrees. So the whole thing, all the degrees on one triangle always equals 180. Okay, anyways. So now, we need to find the triangle for that one, and it has to create a perpendicular line. The only way, so perpendicular line has to go this way. Okay, so to do that, we gotta find let's use now we're gonna use this as the length. So the length is gonna be 1, 2. Notice that to find the perpendicular line, we have to use the length and the height and switch their dimension. For example, if this is the height, we're gonna make it the length. So the length is gonna be 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is that 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so there is 4. And the height now is going to be the length. So the length is 2. So we're going to do 2. 1, 2. There you go. So there is our triangle. There is our dot for the perpendicular line. And it's right on the y-axis. So now let's draw this. Let's draw this shape right here. And let's see if this is going to I'm gonna draw it. Okay, there it is. Yep, that's a perpendicular line. So what's going to be our new point? What's going to be the new point? The new point is going to be, x is going to be 0, and y we're going to jump to y is going to be 1 and 1/2. Now, again, remember, just to check this, we're going to look at use our index card and see how it makes a 90-degree angle. So that works really well. So that, and then the y is going to be 2 1/2. 2 1/2. Okay. Let's see. Any questions here? Okay. No, I think it looks good. Now, let's label. Okay, so now remember we have angles right here. This angle is an acute. This angle is acute. They both, when you add them up, they equal 90 degrees. And this is a right angle, and that equals 90. So 90 plus 90, it's 180. Very good. Excellent. So this is how you find the perpendicular lines, my friends. Make sure you watch the video. It looks a little complicated, but your talent and your intellect and your brightness can handle this. This is not hard. It's only if you make it. And if you need to watch the video again, do so. Your coach, Mr. Magno, is signing out.